Let's do it! Let's do it! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got the fresh shirt, fresh shorts. That can only mean one thing. My top 50. Now, I told you guys before the season started that I was going to be dropping my top 50 players in the league along with my predictions on what teams are going to finish where, all of that. Now, I seen right before DDG's party that Bleacher Report dropped their top 100 of all time, and Allen Iverson wasn't even in the top 50. I actually recorded a video to that, but I never uploaded it because I didn't have time. This list that I'm about to show you is not based off of opinion. Well, maybe a little. Just a little. For like Kyrie and Russell, maybe just a little. There might be a little bias for that. This is not based off of opinion, alright? This is based off stats. I went and I looked at the ESPN list, the Bleacher Report, the NBC. I looked at all of the lists. I looked at all of the stats. I've been working on this list for the last 3 days. I can explain to you exactly why I put every person above of each other. This is not random. I put time into this. Hours into this, okay? I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go on some controversy. Alright, so anyways, we're going to get this started. Now, I'm going to start this list off with my top 5. Normally, in videos like this or whatever, they do their top 5 last. No. I'm starting it with my top 5. We're going to do the top 5 first, then we're going to do 30 to 50, then we're going to do 6 to 30. We're going to bounce all over the place. But I'm starting this off with my top 5. And I really don't even need to look at the screen. I know who the top 5 is. I know exactly why. Number 1, LeBron. Number 1 is LeBron. A lot of people are trying to say that Kawhi and is better than LeBron. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If you look at the game of basketball, all things that are involved with making a basketball player, all of the different stats, all of the different handle, dribble, all that, you add all of that up together, LeBron is for sure the best player in the league. He's for sure the best player in the league. No one is doing more than he is on the basketball court. It's just that simple. I don't really know how else to put it. They're not doing more. They're not doing more. They're not sticking better they're not sticking as much defense, and if they are, they're not getting as many assists or the rebounds or the blocks. You know what I'm saying? The leadership, the clutchness, the percentage. You know what I'm saying? The consistency. Like do I even really need? I don't need to explain this. Number 1 is LeBron, right? Number 2, I got KD. So my list, as you can see, is barring no injuries. KD's obviously injured with an ACL. We don't know what he's going to look like when he come back. He could be better. He could be worse. We don't know. But if we're basing this off of what I seen at the end of last season, barring no injury, I would have KD at number 2 coming into this season. Kawhi is very good, but I think that it goes to KD. KD's offense was so crazy last year, you could damn near say he was better than LeBron. Now, I would never say that because, like I said, all the other things that go into it, the defense, you know what I'm saying? All that, the assists, you know what I'm saying? The rebounding, the blocks, the leader, this and that. So he's not. But if you look at it, just the scoring, he was damn near, if you just look at his scoring, he was damn near better than LeBron. He damn near was. Yeah, so KD's number 2. I would put KD at number 2. I think that he's a step above Kawhi, who is my 3rd spot. I think he's a step above Kawhi. Kawhi's defense is insane. KD still has pretty good defense too. But I think that KD's offense is more unstoppable than Kawhi's. KD's offense is crazy. He might have the best O in the league. Honestly, he damn near might have the best O in the league. There's one other person that comes to mind, but he might have the best offense in the league. He's crazy on offense. He can make anything from anywhere. Kawhi can't make anything from anywhere. Kawhi can make a lot, but he can't make anything from anywhere. Kawhi ain't pulling up from 50 feet on the wing from deep 2 seconds into the shot clock. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing that. So I got Kawhi number 3. Kawhi's number 3 for me. Number 4, I have Giannis. I think last year I had Russell at number 4. Russell was moved down. He's not even in my top 5. Number 4, I have Giannis. I think that it's pretty obvious that Kawhi and KD and LeBron are better than Giannis. So I won't really go into detail too much about that. I mean, Giannis can't shoot. So there's that. So yeah, I won't go too much into that. But Giannis he's unstoppable. He could become the best player in the league if he gets at least as good of a jump shot as, I don't know, Russell. He has to at least be able to shoot as good as Russell, and then maybe he could be the best player in the league. But for right now, I have him at number 4. I don't think there's really too much to say about that one. That one should be pretty straightforward. And then at number 5, I have Harden. Last year I had Russell over Harden and Curry, and I said if you were to look at all of the things that go into making a basketball player, I think that Russell would have the edge. I think Russell's a better passer than Harden, better defensive player, better rebounder. He gets more steals. So that's why it's hard. It's sort of hard for me to put Harden above Russell. But this year I have Harden above Russell and Curry just because I think that Harden really is. I think Harden has the best offense in the league. If it's not him, it's Durant. But Harden on offense is he's just completely unstoppable. And I think he's gotten even more unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? From he can just score at any time, from anywhere, on anyone, on any team. Harden, to me, even though he's not a better passer and he ain't sticking no defense, his offense it's insane. It's insane. So I have him at number 5. Okay, now let's do 30 through 50. I'll try and move a little bit quicker on these, and then we'll go 6 to 30. At number 30, I have Chris Paul. Some of you guys might be thinking that's kind of low. Really, I think it's kind of high. But out of respect for Chris Paul, he averaged about 15 points? 15 points, 7 assists, about a steal and a half a game. I remember his stats. Yeah, I told you, it was calculated where I put him. Yeah, he's 30. 31, I have LaMarcus Aldridge. I don't really have too much to say about that one. That'll make more sense as we go along. 32 and 33, I have Trae Young and De'Aaron Fox. Now, Trae Young is damn near better than Chris Paul right now. But out of respect for Chris Paul and his leadership, maybe he's a little bit more better passer. The defense might be a little bit better, right? Out of respect for him, I have Chris Paul above Trae Young. But at the end of this year, I'm pretty sure Trae Young will be better than Chris Paul. Some of you guys might be thinking, why is De'Aaron Fox not above Trae? No, he's not. Originally, I had De'Aaron Fox above Trae Young. But when I went and looked at the stats, like you guys are seeing right now, when I went and looked at the stats, I think that Trae Young's better. I think it's pretty obvious that Trae Young is just a notch better. Sorry, De'Aaron. So yeah, like I said, I feel like Chris Paul is pretty high because he could have been like 33 or something like that. You know what I mean? But I put him at 30. 34, I have Nikola Vucevic. And I don't watch the Magic, so I don't get to see him play a lot. A lot of the ESPN lists and stuff that I was looking at had him in the top 30, which I thought was a little crazy. He does have pretty good stats, but he's on the Magic, so I don't really know. He was but he's definitely not better than LaMarcus Aldridge. Not, in my opinion. So that's sort of why I got him right there. 35, we have DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is really drastically, he's falling off. We've been doing these lists for like 2 years now. I remember DeMar DeRozan was like a top 20 like 2 years ago. Then last year he fell off, and he's falling off again. DeMar DeRozan is falling off. I asked you guys on Twitter, if you think DeMar DeRozan or Bradley Beal, because I was having a little bit of trouble with that one, and all of you guys said Bradley Beal. So I was like, okay. Bradley Beal's in my top 30, so you'll see him in a second. But yeah, DeMar DeRozan is at 35. And really, you could say that Jason Tatum or maybe even Chris Middleton is better than DeMar DeRozan. But I think DeMar DeRozan is a little bit more balanced all around. A little bit better at taking it to the hole than both of them. Chris Middleton has a better shot than Jason Tatum and DeRozan. Really, I thought about putting Middleton above Tatum, but I didn't. I did it, and I like the order I got. I agree with it. Like I said, I put a lot of time. I think it's pretty accurate. I think DeMar is just a little better than Tatum, and Tatum's just a little better than Middleton. Maybe you like Middleton more than Tatum. Maybe, but it's close. It's close. It's a close one. At 38 and 39, I have Lou Will and Jamal Murray. A lot of people had Jamal Murray higher. I'm not that convinced in Jamal Murray. I watch Jamal Murray. We've seen Jamal Murray a lot. He's very inconsistent. He's very streaky. He has some games where he looks really good, and then he has some games where he's doesn't look that good. Lou Will is a lot more consistent. Lou Will will give you 20 a game off the bench too. I don't even know how Lou Will hasn't started some of these years. For Lou Will's size, he's absolutely unstoppable. Big Lou Will fan. That's as high as I can. I mean, I put him above Jamal Murray just because he's more consistent, but I can't really. Do I have my head in here? No, I can't really go too much higher than that. Okay. And then number 40, I have Clint Capella, who will make more sense in a second. We'll just leave that alone for right now. Okay. At 41, I have Zion Williamson. Zion didn't make the top 30. I think this is a pretty good placement for him. If you look up, if you look 30 through 41, I think that all of those dudes are better than him right now. Zion will most likely pass all of those dudes up in a few years. But as of right now, Chris Paul through Clint Capella are all better than Zion Williamson. But 41 is good because he's the only rookie on this damn list. He's the only rookie that made the list. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of rookies or even sophomores even on this list. So that's good for him. That's very good for him. At 42, I have Draymond Green. And Draymond Green, he just kept on moving farther and farther down my list. He started up here, then he went down there, then he went down there, and then he ended up right here, and this is where he's staying. Draymond Green's stats this year they weren't impressive. Yeah, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. We get like 7 points. Like he's not that good. He's not that good. Like he's good in the system that they have in Golden State, but like he doesn't have that much skill. I'm sorry, Draymond. You don't have that much skill, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 42 is where he's going. Zion's above it. Zion's better than you. Like he's better than you right now. Coming into the league, Zion is better than you. I'm sorry, he is. I'm sorry. Really, I could say Al Horford is better than Draymond. I really could, but Al Horford had it. He digressed. He digressed this year too. He definitely got worse. Not as good as he was the year before. But out of respect, I'll put Draymond above him. Just barely, though. Just barely. Just barely. Then we have Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen is really better than Al Horford and Draymond Green. I think offensively. But he's on the Bulls. The Bulls suck. We don't really see, we never seen what he looks like on a good team or a decent team. So for that reason, his stats are kind of inconsistent. So he's got to go right there. Number 46, I have Lonzo Ball. It pains me to say it, but yeah, you're number 46, bro. All of the people that I listed are all better than you. And it's mainly because you're not aggressive. Like I say that all the time, Lonzo. You gotta play more aggressive, bro. You gotta play more aggressive, G. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I get that you're not trying to score 30 points. Ain't nobody saying be Harden. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying ball hog. No, I am saying you should ball hog because you ball hogging won't really be ball hogging. But you gotta score more. You gotta score more, bro. There's no reason Lonzo Ball shouldn't be averaging 15 points a game. How are you not averaging 15 points a game? You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be easy. And you're not doing it. So, 46, sorry. Drew Holiday right underneath him. Julius Randle, who's really good, actually. Julius Randle is better than Draymond Green, kind of. Mike Conley. Mike Conley. Kevin Love and Miles Turner. So, yeah, man. That's 30 through 51. Take another second to look at it. Here's 1 through 5 again. Like I said, I like this list. I think this is the best one I've done. I like this list. I think it's accurate as hell. I think it's very accurate. In my opinion, I think it's very accurate. And I think pretty much all of those that I said was unbiased. If not all of them. Okay, so now we're going to do 6 through 30. And then the whole list will make sense. Okay, so which way do we want to go? At number 29, I have Pascal Siakam, who I think is just barely better than LaMarcus Aldridge. Because LaMarcus Aldridge can shoot. But Pascal Siakam's defense is rebounding. He's more aggressive. I'm going to give Pascal Siakam the edge. He's younger. I'm going to give him the slight edge over LaMarcus. And I mean slight. And I mean slight edge. At 28, I have Bradley Beal. Like I said, I was struggling with the Bradley Beal, DeMar DeRozan for a second, but Bradley Beal had a better year. You guys are right. He had a better year. DeRozan fell down. And even though I feel like Bradley Beal and DeMar DeRozan are really close, you see how many spots it cost DeRozan just because there's so many guys. So, Bradley Beal I have at number 28. At number 27, I have D'Lo. Actually, I want to go top to bottom. I'm sorry, guys. I'm hopping all over the place. I'm hopping all over the place. I want to go top to bottom. I feel like it'll make more sense if I do that. All right, at number 6, I have Anthony Davis. At number 6, I have Anthony Davis. He's the best big man in the league for sure, without a doubt. Sometimes it's hard to say if a big man is better than a guard because they play such totally different games. But I think Anthony Davis is number 6. You could make a case that maybe he's better than Harden. You could make that case, and I wouldn't. If you said you think AD is better than Harden, I wouldn't argue it. But I think going into this year, I think Harden is just is slightly better. At number 7, I have Russell Westbrook, and then at number 8, I have Stephen Curry. I do those together just because I think it makes sense that way. Okay, so this is my thing. Russell Westbrook is just all around better than Curry. Curry is a better passer. I mean, he's a better shooter, and he has better handles. I think that's about it. Curry is also I won't say very inconsistent, but he's inconsistent. Sometimes Russell's a little inconsistent, and sometimes Curry's a little inconsistent. Not a lot, but like 20% of the time they're not always there, right? But I think that Russell's a way better passer. I think he's a way better passer. He's throwing better passes for sure in a game of basketball. He's a better rebounder. He's got better defense, more steals, blocks. I think he's beating Curry in just about every category that there is other than shooting and dribbling, if you were to put dribbling in a category. So I'm sorry, but Curry's number 8. Curry's number 8, and I think that's pretty unbiased. I think that that's sort of where he deserves to be. I don't think that he's better than any of the people that I named. I don't. So at number 9, I have Paul George, and at number 10, I have Embiid. Tricky because, like I said, it's hard to say if Paul George is better than Embiid because they both play different positions, and Embiid was crazy last year. But Paul George almost won MVP for a second. He was dropping damn near 40 a game at one point. Y'all remember that? I remember that vividly. I have Paul George with the slight edge over Embiid. But if you were to switch, it's hard to tell. There's different positions. Okay, number 11 and 12, I have Kyrie and Damian Lillard. I'm giving Kyrie the slight edge over Damian Lillard because maybe I'm a little biased. because as clutch as Damian Lillard is, I think Kyrie's the clutchest player in the league. I think that they can both get their shot just about as consistently as each of the other ones. The stats are very similar. I don't know, man. I just think that Kyrie has just a little bit more skill. He's just got a little bit more skill than Damian Lillard. Just a little bit. If this was 2K, I'd give Kyrie a 91 and Damian Lillard a 90. You know what I'm saying? Like they're close, but I think Kyrie's got a little bit more skill than Damian Lillard. So I have Lillard at 12. At 13, I have Jokic. He's the third highest big man on this list. I think that goes without saying. He's right behind Embiid and AD. Then I have Jimmy Butler and Klay Thompson. I think that Jimmy Butler had a better year than Klay Thompson last year. Yeah, for sure. I mean, not just by the stats, but if you were just watching it, I think that it was a little bit obvious that Jimmy Butler had a better year than Klay Thompson, especially when he was on the Sixers. Jimmy Butler, when he was on the Sixers, looked better than Klay Thompson, barring no injury too, because Klay Thompson's injured, so we don't really know for sure. So I've got Jimmy Butler slightly ahead of him. Then I have Towns and Porzingis. Porzingis was injured. I haven't even seen that much of Porzingis, but I still think that you have to put him at 17. I have him slightly above Gobert. A lot of lists have Gobert above Towns and Porzingis. I can't do it. I checked the stats. Not only just the stats, but from what I see, Gobert, yeah, your defense is absolutely insane. You're huge. We get all of that. But they're both better scorers than you. A lot better scorers than you. A lot better. You know what I'm saying? They're both at least twice as good at scoring on offense. At least twice. Porzingis is probably 3 times. So, yeah, Gobert. Yeah, you're at 19 and at 18 I have Devin Booker. Some people have Devin Booker kind of low on their list. To me, Devin Booker is, you can't put Devin, his stats are insane. He's on a bad team, but his stats are insane. And when you see Devin Booker play with other pros, like in the Olympic practices, and he's always, Devin Booker is elite. Devin Booker is elite. I think where I got him is the perfect place for him at 18. 19 is Rudy Gobert. And then number 20 is Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons just leaked into the top 20. He's working on his jump shot. He gets that jump shot down, he can be in the top 10. If he gets a jump shot, he'll be top 10. For sure. But it won't be easy, but he can do it. He's got enough skill to pass some more of these guys up. And yeah, I've got him with the slight edge over people like Donovan Mitchell, CJ McCollum, Victor Oladipo. I think Ben Simmons is easily a notch better than both of them. Donovan Mitchell did average a little bit more points, but the rebounds and the assists Ben Simmons is giving, he's better than Donovan Mitchell. A year ago, I don't think I would have said that, but Ben Simmons is better now. Blake Griffin at 21, just a notch below Gobert, but really I could put him above Gobert. That's a tough one. But again, I like where he's at. I think it makes sense. And then number 25 is Kemba. So that's my 6 through 25. And I think it's pretty accurate. And then to just finish off the list, I have Luka at 26, D'Lo at 27, and then the rest of them I already said. So looking at this list, 1 through 50, you notice a few things. 1, Kyle Lowry did not make the list. Maybe Kyle Lowry is better than Mike Conley, but I don't know. But certainly everybody above Mike Conley, he is not better than. Kyle Lowry is not better than any of those dudes above Mike Conley. Not one. I'm sorry, Kyle Lowry. You made my top 60, but not my top 50. And yeah, I think it makes sense. Luka's a little high, considering Luka's 26 and Trae Young is 32. That felt a little crazy when I was doing it, and that I put D'Lo above Luka, but I think that's where Luka deserves. I think Luka's going to have an absolutely insane year. He looked insane in preseason, and just look for Luka to get better. This is my 51 through 60. I won't even comment on those guys. I didn't put that much time into that part. I'm not going to lie. I just sort of threw that together on accident. So don't really care too much about the 50 through 60. Mainly look at the 1 through 50. Like I said, I think it's pretty accurate. I think I said all I needed to say. maybe I somehow forgot one player. There's too many damn players in the league. I don't think I forgot anybody. But one might have slipped through the cracks just because I'm looking at 100 names. You know what I mean? But I don't think I missed anybody. If I did, you can let me know in the comments. And I will tell you where I think they deserve to go. Feel free, please leave all your comments below. Who your top 10 is. How accurate you think this list is. How inaccurate you think this list is. I don't want to hear anybody just try and slander this list like it's crazy, all right? There might be 1 or 2 or 3 things you might disagree on. But for the most part, can we all agree that this is a pretty accurate list? Like, seriously. Like, all jokes aside, I think this is pretty accurate. I think this is a pretty accurate list. Like, for real. So yeah, that's going to do it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Like I said, basketball season's coming up. We got a lot of good basketball content on the way. I'm going to be making my predictions this week on every team, their record, where they're going, if they're going to make the playoffs, all of that. Be on the lookout for that video as well. That'll be fire. But these are my top 51 players coming into the league. If everybody was 100%, not injured, this is where I think everyone would fall. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy. And I'm out of here.